Alright. Good evening, everybody. It's now time for a DVD and Blu-ray update for tonight, December 12th, 2023. Before I start, just want to let you know I have another laptop now that I ordered off of eBay a little while earlier this month. So, I think I've hooked that up to the internet. So, I'll be uploading the flip camera videos filmed on this flip camera to this laptop now because the monitor on the computer in the downstairs basement stopped working. I mean, the processor still is able to turn on, but the monitor just won't display. So that's why I've got a portable laptop. Anyway, 5 items to show, 4 DVDs and 1 Blu-ray. 2 of them I'll save for last because of this being the festive Christmas time of the year. So we'll start with the non-Christmas one first, and the first 2 DVDs are Disney ones, and I bought these at Sabres in Plastow. First up, we have the 2 movie collection of The Parent Trap and The Parent Trap 2. The original versions of Parent Trap starring Hayley Mills. And here's the spine and the back. And it's got a lot of the features, including the music video for Let's Get Together. That song was a big hit back then, as well as a feature that related to Hayley Mills. Quite big for The Parent Trap to come 1 year after hitting big with Pollyanna. And I'll show you the discs. Here's disc 1, which has the 2 movies. And disc 2 with all the bonus features. So, if you like Hayley Mills films, The Parent Trap could just be one of the films for you to get. So, do check that out. Next up, we've got Brother Bear. They're celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, and yep, as you can see, THX certified, and it reads, exciting, funny, and hugely amazing, as stated by Jane Horwitz of the Washington Post. There's no critic review on the Parent Trap DVD. Anyway, here's the spine and the back. 2 thumbs up as stated by the late Roger Ebert and Richard Roeper. And it's got 2 ratios for the movie, outtakes, deleted scenes, a song from Fishing Song from Phil Collins, the Look Through My Eyes music video from Phil Collins, and a couple of games as well. It also says, charming, enchanting story for kids of all ages, as quoted by the late Larry King of CNN. And here's the DVD guide. I'm not going to show all the things in it. Here's disc 1, which has the family-friendly aspect ratio, plus some bonus features. And disc 2, which has the original theatrical aspect ratio. And as you can see, the Moose, Rut and Took are both voiced by Canadian comic legends Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, but you know him from SCTV as Bob and Doug McKenzie. Take off, hoser! Sir, have any back bacon, eh? Good day, eh? How's it going, eh? Coo, 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 coo! Coo, 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 coo! Yep. And by the way, speaking of Christmas, I'm sure you've heard their funny version of the 12 Days of Christmas on the Dr. Demento show. If that's right, eh? Well, you know Rick and Dave did have a chart hit in '81 with the song Take Off that also featured the legendary bassist Geddy Lee of classic rock band Rush. But anyway, Brother Bear is still fun, honey with just those moose. So there you go for that. Now the next DVD is a Scooby-Doo one, and this is one of the newest films, Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2. And you can see he's Scooby-Doo and Krypto. Here's the spine And the back, Super Dog to the rescue. This even has some of Batman villains, including both Harley Quinn and the Joker. Or, well, actually, DC villains, because it also has Lex Luthor as well. Superman's arch nemesis. Yes. You would probably know a lot of these DC villains if you ever watched the show Super Friends. I know I saw reruns of it on Cartoon Network back then. DC is one of two big comic book companies that has its superheroes and villains. We know Marvel being the other. It also has free bonus episodes featuring DC superheroes. Rose of Scooby-Doo. This includes the Scooby-Doo and Guess Who episode with Wonder Woman. What a Night, as well as the one with Batman and 1 Minute Mysteries, guest starring The Flash. If you remember the real identities, you remember Wonder Woman, a.k.a. Diana Prince, Batman, Bruce Wayne, and The Flash, Barry Allen. Alright, now to show the discs. See, here it's only one disc, and it does have Shaggy, Scooby, and Krypto on it, on the artwork. Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 is a great film. And as for this and the next two items, those I also bought in Plastow at Walmart. Alright, so if you don't have this in your Scooby-Doo collection, I recommend you check it out. Oh, and speaking of Scooby-Doo, also would like to thank YouTube user Bender1958, aka Francis Bender, for having YouTube finally allow him to make Scooby-Doo videos set to classic Beatles songs as well. So, Francis, if you're watching, this is also for you. Now to the last two items. I'm going to normally I would show Blu-rays after DVDs, but I'm going to go out of order for one reason. Because first up of the Blu-rays is the Home Alone 2 movie collection on Blu-ray. Finally have this, featuring, Home Alone and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. Look what you did, you little jerk! I made my family disappear. Hiya, pal! Oh, excuse me. Excuse me again, pardon the couple coughs. And of course, some of the other quotes, as well as, Kevin, what did you do to my room? And, Kevin, you spent $967 on room service! Anyway, here's the spine. And the back, the greatest holiday family films ever. They are two of the greatest. Both Home Alone films are in my top 10 for classic Christmas movies. No doubt about it. Because Home Alone 2 is number 3, and the first Home Alone film's the runner-up. Up at number 2. Anyway, I'll show the discs. Okay, here's a code. Here's the Blu-ray disc of Home Alone. And here's the disc of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. And if you don't have these films on VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray, these films are also both movies are also available to watch on Disney Plus. Since Disney since they've been on Disney Plus since Disney acquired your 20th Century Fox. Fox acquired much of the films in the library, including all the Star Wars stuff. But again, if you like Macaulay Culkin as his signature Kevin McAllister role, the first two Home Alone films are for you. You'll have a festive time watching them both. And finally, we round out this update with this sequel. As this is A Christmas Story Christmas, Ralphie Comes Home. This was last year's sequel to big sequel to A Christmas Story. I know there's also A Christmas Story 2, but this is kind of more of a much truer sequel cast-wise, since Peter Billingsley reprises his role as Ralphie in this one, now as an adult. Ian Petrella and Zach Ward also return, playing Randy and Scott Farkas. Yes, and so do Scott Schwartz and R.D. Robb, reprising their roles as Flick and Schwartz, respectively. And speaking of Billingsley, I also know Tyler Kutschbach. If you're watching, this is also for you, because I know, Tyler, you recently met Peter Billingsley at a GalaxyCon convention, in Columbus, Ohio. Makes sense considering that the Christmas Story house is located in Cleveland. And then the movie was filmed. Much of the original film was in Cleveland. But anyways, here's the spine. And the back. The perfect Christmas film to watch with the whole family is stated by Mike Reeves of Cinema Blend. And this is a special sequel, because since this movie deals with Ralphie going back to his old hometown of home in Indiana for Christmas, because he did so because he had found out about the death of his old man. And it makes sense for the plot. We know Darren McGavin, who played the old man in the original Christmas Story, passed away back in 2006, and furthermore, I also know that for this film, it's a big milestone 40th anniversary for the original, but it is, but for a lot of people, it's the first. Many people also had their first viewing of this since the death of Melinda Dillon back in January, who played Ralphie's mother. For in the original, this sequel has Julie Haggerty playing the role of Mrs. Parker instead of Dillon. It was because of Dillon's illness at the time. And here's the disc. It's in a festive green disc. So, if you like to see a great sequel to A Christmas Story, this sequel will do you good. And if you don't have this on DVD or Blu-ray yet, wherever you can find it, well, I triple dog dare you to get this film. You will enjoy it so much. And there you go. That's going to wrap it up for this DVD and Blu-ray update for December 12th, 2023. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.